Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Marcus. I've had this channel for a little bit of while, trying to get back consistent, just posting videos. Go through some of my older videos. I dropped one yesterday, one the day before. Trying to give y'all a new side of me. Y'all see a lot of sports stuff. I am a football trainer. For quick thing about myself, I'm a football trainer that trains high school, collegiate, and pro athletes. If you go through my old videos, you'll see some of that training stuff, a little bit of day in the life with me and my family. So that's pretty much what this channel is about, just to give you a little background on it. It's focused on my flow. You know, it's just a way of seeing life through my eyes and my lens, and hopefully y'all rock with it and feel it, man. I said over recent videos, I just decided to do a little something different from the norm that I've been doing. Again, life stuff, not really talking, but I decided to say, man, hey, I'm gonna just be a little bit more raw, unedited, give yourself authentically me. Start opening up more. I think everybody tries to do that. We all want to open up more, but you know, we vulnerable, and you know, it's hard for us to be vulnerable sometimes. We don't want to put stuff out there and people judge us, you know, how we look, how we dress, how we act, or even people we don't even want people to perceive us the wrong way, in the wrong light, you know. So it's all a vulnerable thing, but like I said, hopefully I'm bringing something a little new. Definitely for me, this is new for me, but like I said, a way for me to open up. Like I said, I recently started journaling more. A way to write down my thoughts and get them out of my head, you know, try to show a different side, just not all the highs all the time. I mean, be real and show the lows too, you know. So like I said, if you go back in my previous videos that I dropped a couple days ago, you'll see kind of what I was talking about, and just being honest and getting it out there, you know, and hopefully making other people in general, young men or men in general, just give them an avenue of making it easier for them to talk, because I saw enough videos on YouTube where I seen more men in general talking more and being vulnerable, and it made me more comfortable, you know. So I stopped thinking about what people were thinking, how people were going to perceive me. I said, you know what, hey, let me just do something new, you know, stop doing the same stuff over and over, do something new. Speak, get my thoughts out of my head, vocalize it, you know, a way for me to hold myself accountable, you know, and just stay consistent, you know. This is not chase views and stuff like that, and subscribing and stuff like that, man. Just do something that I need for me as something that's therapeutic for me to just release and get my thoughts out. So that's what I've been doing over the last couple of videos. I'm sticking to it. It's just the first couple of days, but like I said, I'm trying to show people the real of every single day, and just happy peaches, rainbows, and stuff like that. You know, videos y'all see from me training, that's what I love to do. I've been doing that about 10, 15 years, but there's even days in between that, and I wake up just certain days and I just don't feel like doing it. I'm not feeling myself. I'm feeling down, doubting myself. I mean, you know, as men in general, just not leading in the way that I want to lead, or just not making enough money. You know, that's the hardest thing about, I think, men, is we ain't leading, even though we doing enough, but we're not leading financially as much as we want to. So, you know, just trying to be, like I said, put myself more out there, be vulnerable, and also give myself a little bit of consistency, as far as this is something that I can look back on and say, you know what, okay, I did this on that day, and that's how I was feeling, but look back at the progress from day one when I started, and start jotting down and seeing, okay, how many bad days did I have? How many good days did I have? You know, today, luckily I wake up at 5:36 a.m. every single morning. Just try to, you know, have a little time for myself before I get my daughter up, get her ready for school, get my son going. You know, my wife gets up, you know, trying to get back to getting up early like I used to. I used to get up, man, I used to be up 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 a.m., be to the gym by 5 a.m., get a quick hour workout in, be done by 6, come home, get my daughter up by like 6:30, you know, start getting her breakfast and stuff like that when she was younger. So, you know, trying to get back to it, maybe not that early, you know, but I found that the earlier you get up is very therapeutic. It's still dark outside, it's calm, like I like beating the sun up, you know, and just having a time to yourself, a quiet time where you like most people say you don't get on social medias, you know, you just have time to, you know, whatever you may do, burn an incense, pray, read your Bible, just kind of time to yourself before you start your day. So it's just hard, man. Like I said, I'm a wife, my kids, and it's easy to have stuff set in place when you're single or you have one child and you get 2 kids and it's more stuff you gotta do. But it's, you know, for men, we gotta lead and we gotta lead our family, you know, we're the head of our household, and it's hard sometimes, man. We get in our own way of just trying to do so much or thinking we doing enough and it's not enough, you know, but leading ain't easy, you know. So like I said, today, versus the last 2 days, today I woke up, I actually got out early this morning before it got late, and I actually had shot a video to start this video off, but my camera, it was dark outside, my camera ended up being blurry, so I had to delete that one. So like I said, I tried to give y'all something new, getting up a little earlier, you know, I kind of show you a little more throughout the day, but like I said, the camera was blurry, so I had to delete that, but I may try that over the next couple of days. But like I said, today I got up feeling, honestly, better than the past 2 days. You know, I got up feeling more motivated, more excited about the day. You know, I think the consistency that I've done over the last 2 days by putting out videos is making me feel more accomplished. So that's kind of exciting me, you know, doing something different, putting my best foot forward, you know, even if the rest of the day doesn't go as good, you know. I started off on the right foot regardless of how the night went before and I didn't get much sleep. I am over the last couple of days been getting more sleep than normal, so that's something new. I usually go off maybe 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Last couple of nights I've been forcing myself to go to sleep like before 9, getting a good at least 8 hours, 10 hours of sleep, you know, if I have to wake my daughter up in the morning time. So it's been helping, you know. Haven't been getting tired in the middle of the daytime and like hitting that wall, you know. So like I said, just, you know, when we get older, man, we gotta do a little bit more work. It's easier when we're younger. We can just get up and go, you know. But it's a little bit more harder when we get up finding time, you know, because you have your base things and you got other people in life that count on you now and you're responsible of. So you gotta put them first, but it's hard to find a balance to still put them first but still put yourself first, you know. And I think that's a hard thing with having a family. We tend to forget about ourselves because we're putting everybody else first, and sometimes we gotta sit back, break it all down, start over, and okay, wait a minute, I need to put myself first, make sure I'm good first, you know, mentally, physically, and spiritually first, because I found myself doing that, just moving every single day, getting up, going, and pouring into other people, and then not pouring into myself. And man, I tell you, a couple of years ago, I was at a very low point, and that's hard for me to say, you know, because that's me being vulnerable. But I think we all as men, man, I'm challenging my men out there to just be honest with yourself. Like I said, I was at a low point, just mentally, one of the worst years I've ever been mentally. And I've always been a strong mentally person. I've always had things as an outlet, you know, but when you can't get to those things like you used to, then you start to overanalyze things. Everything in your head is just blown out of proportion, and it affects your mental and also the way that you treat other people. You know, your day-to-day that you get up, you're just in a bad mood, and you know, you're in a funk, and you're trying to fight yourself to get up out that funk, you know, get up out that hole, and it's hard sometimes. So like I said, man, I challenge my men out there to find something that, you know, that you can do to just release the stress and pain that we go through on a day-to-day basis. I know it's hard to find an outlet for men for us to talk to somebody. You know, like I said, I grew up and that's just not what we did. You know, I'm 36 years old. We didn't talk to people. You know, we just bottled our anger up inside. But that's different when you're single and then you have a family. And for men, when you have a daughter and it's that tough exterior, you can't have that with women around now. You know, your wife, your kids, it's just hard. And you gotta find a balance, man. But you gotta find something. If you're one of those men that has a good circle, then you're blessed. Because a lot of people don't have that. Me personally, I don't have that. You know, you have maybe one or two people that you can talk to, but like I said, that's why I went into journaling, you know, heavily, writing down my thoughts so I can see it written down on a piece of paper, picking up this camera and talking, because I need to hear myself say it. I need to get the thoughts out. I need to get that stress and stuff out. I need to release it, you know. So this is, like I said, this is therapeutic to me, and this is something that I'm holding myself accountable for doing every day, to just release and exhale. You know, we take a deep breath in a lot of times, but we don't exhale, we don't get it out. So this is a way of me releasing it, and I hope more men out there get it out, man. Like, push it out, because it's a bigger thing that's happening now. I'm seeing more of young men, and I'm proud of the young men, especially that I mentor, that's doing it more now, getting closer to God, attacking their faith, you know, at a very young age. Something that when I was coming up, we just didn't do. You know, we went to church, but we didn't take control of it, really dive into our Bible and get an understanding of it. You know, and I'm seeing a lot of more young men that I mentor. I'm proud of them for doing that, because they're setting their foundation, you know, and their faith at a young age, you know, especially in your teenagers, your early 20s. You're setting it for God to be there, and you understand it more at a young age to help you navigate through the stresses, trials, and tribulations from your early 20s to your mid 20s to your late 20s. You know, like I said, I grew up going to church with my mother every Sunday, you know, going to Bible study and like that, but I was going because she wanted me to go. I never really took the time to learn the word for myself, you know. So you feel as though like you went, but I still don't understand what this means. I'm just going to satisfy this person. So I commend a lot of the young men that I have around me, that I mentor, because they're putting their stuff out there, but they're taking time to understand the word versus just going for somebody else. They're going and they're leaning on God, and they got God by my side because that's what they want to do, and they're not being pushed by anybody else. They're being pushed by themselves, and they got a relationship with God at a very young age that's going to take them from early 20s, 21, 22, all the way to they 62, 72. You know, it makes life a lot easier because you got somebody there. So, like I said, I'm trying to get back more into it, man. I got me a little, as I showed y'all in the previous videos, a journal. And you're holding myself accountable for making an entry every day. Open up that Bible in the morning time, get some quiet time. You know, it's hard with family, and you really got a little spot where you can just get quiet time. Like I said, I found this. I had this little garage spot. Never thought of it, and for some reason, a couple of days ago, had a disagreement with my wife, and just sat back and reflected on the conversation that we had, and was just like, man, you know, I got to do better. So let me stop making excuses that I ain't got a quiet space. Let me just find something. So I came in my head, this is quiet, you know, 25, 30 minutes away from just them for a little bit, and for me to release, for me to get my thoughts out and just talk. And we're talking to myself, but talking to y'all, you know. So, like I said, today I felt a turning point versus the last two mornings. When I woke up today, I felt better. I felt excited, you know, about the day. I felt happy, you know, and that's, for, like I said, for men, it's hard for us to admit, man. Sometimes for us, it's, you know, you're helping out other people. Sometimes a person asks you, man, when the last time you've been happy? And shit, man, it's been a little while. It's been a little while since I've been happy. And that's not happiness with, you know, not saying I'm not happy with my wife and my kids, man. Man, listen. Once again, it's me being vulnerable, but man, sometimes I can't explain how, even put it into words, how blessed I am to have my wife in my life. You know, like, she is my everything. And I don't know, she may end up watching this video, but man, like sometimes I just look at it and I wish, you know, sometimes I wish she could see how I view her through my eyes. And she don't even understand sometimes how I look at it, how beautiful I think she is. And I say it a lot. I mean, she always said me, she brother said, like, man, you always tell me I'm beautiful and I'm sexy and I'm crazy. You crazy about me, and I do. You know, I understand, like, you know, people's thing is words of affirmation, you know, physical touch and stuff like that. And I always give her words of affirmation, not just because I feel like she needs it, but sometimes I just stand there and I be looking at me and I just gotta tell you. But I've always kind of been like that since I met her. I gotta, in the middle of a conversation, we be talking, I'll be like, babe, I don't mean to cut you off, but I gotta tell you, you look amazing right now. And that's just how I feel about it, man. I know it's cliche to say it, not necessarily cliche, but I guess everybody says it, but like, not love at first sight, but without her, man, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be, even though I'm not even at the highest point where I need to be right now, but man, I would be at a lower point than I am now without having her in my life. So she is my blessing, you know. And that's not to say that my kids are not my blessing, but my wife was first, man. My wife saw something in me a while ago, and despite trials and tribulations that has happened in the time that we've been together, she still chooses me. And sometimes I be like, God damn, like, I don't know why you choose me, but she still chooses me. So I'm grateful and thankful for her, because I would be lost, man, without her, you know. But I tell you, when you find that one, you know it's that one, and that's that one. That's that one for me. That's my everything, man. So that's my why. When people say that's my why, that's my why. My why is to give her the world times 100, like, to give her every dream that she has to make it a reality. I live for her. I don't even live for myself. I live for her and my kids, but especially for her, because like you say, you pour into your wife gonna get you through anything. I know I've done it before. I've given my last to put a smile on her face, even when I didn't have it. And it was a feeling that it made me. It may have not been the best financial decision for me at the time, but just to see a smile on her face, shit, that was all I needed. So, but yeah, man, not to get off subject, but that's definitely, you know, like I said, what we're going on. Like I said, today was a better day. You know, y'all can see in this video, I'm smiling. Last couple of days, I wasn't really smiling as much, you know, but I was forcing myself to get in front of this camera and be real, you know, and show y'all the days that, you know, like my title said at first, I'm going through something, and to share what I was going through with y'all, you know, a little bit of the background story behind it. And okay, now let's keep sharing, you know. If I'm still going through something, okay, I'm going through it. I'm not feeling as motivated today, but those days are purposeful, because you have those days and you keep going to know that you have a day like today. Well, I'm feeling better, but I know I had to go through that. I had to go through them 2 days, you know. I had to go through that first day. Well, it was rough, man. And then Monday and then Tuesday, you know, Sunday, you know, and then Monday was, and then today, and our third day is better, you know. So it's just to show people, be real. It's gonna have ups and downs, you know. That's just life. But appreciate when you down, because every time you down, you know, from you being down, you can only come back up. So that's why I'm excited about today, because I had to go through that. I had to go through that down yesterday to wake up this morning and then boom, God said today, we're gonna wake you up and feel motivated. I was happy today. I was excited today. You know, the day ain't over. It's still early. About midday right now, maybe going on 12 o'clock, 11, like 11:30, 12 o'clock. But you know, still good, man. later on pick my daughter up from school with me and my wife, and I'm gonna take them out to eat. Just do something just to see a smile on both of their faces. My daughter's doing good in school, but it's happier. So just do something for them. So man, out there, man, when you find that woman, pour into her, she gonna give you kids and a family, and it's by no means is it perfect, man, but it's a blessing, because I remember when I didn't have them and it was just me, and I'm an only child, so that was lonely, so sometimes it gets to be a lot now, because you got a bunch of people around and voices, and we don't get as much quiet time, but I have to remind myself sometimes. I remember when it was just quiet and there was nobody there. So like I said, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. I just wanted to hop on here today, be accountable, put out another video today, stay consistent. Always give y'all a good word towards the day, man. Let y'all know, man, just keep pushing. Tell your loved ones that you love them. The people that you do love, even if it's a small group of people, love on them. Men or women. Ain't nothing wrong with telling your homie, hey bro, I love you, because at the end of the day, you don't know what's gonna happen once that person leaves you. You don't know if that person's gonna make it tomorrow. You don't know if you gonna make it tomorrow. So cross all your T's and dot all your I's, man. And it's just something simple as letting people know that you're thinking about them. Let people know that you love them, regardless of what you're going through in life right now. Hey, man, you're going to get through it. It's going to be all right, because it's a lot of people in life right now, man. At the end of 2025, man, that's crazy. Didn't even say that, man, but it's a lot of people going through life. Life is lifing, so it's a lot of people going through it, man. And you never know, just something as simple as a video that I'm posting like this. I've learned that your percentages statistically, out of 10 people, you may just get one. But that one person, you can save that one person from doing something that's going to affect them or affect their family for the rest of their lives. And they just needed to hear somebody else say it that's not biased towards them or doesn't want anything from them. So to people out there, to my men out there, man, just keep going. Get the stress off you. Don't let it weigh on you. Control the controllables, but don't stress over stuff that you can't control it. I heard a quote I'm pretty sure that was by Steve Harvey, that said, as hard as things in life were that you've gone through, you're undefeated. Every trial and tribulation that you thought was hard in your life, you still here. So you got through it. So whatever you're going through right now, you're going to get through it. That's just what it is. But don't dwell on it, don't stress over it, because it's not going to make it any better. It's going to work out. Something or someone is in your favor. It's going to work out. You're going to get through it. You just may not have the answer right now, but that's fine. That's fine if you don't have the answer right now or tomorrow or a week from now. You're going to get through it. You're going to survive. You're going to figure it out, and everything's going to be fine. The more positivity that you can focus on and put into your mind, that's positive thoughts that we think about. And now those negative thoughts and that negativity can't get around you. It can't seep into your brain. We don't think about it because we surrounding ourselves and we swarming our brain with positivity. Sometimes even when you're negative, just remember, man, I'm thankful to be here. I'm breathing. That's one of the things I've always done since I got older and a little bit younger. When I was going through something stressful, I always in that instant reminded myself that I'm breathing. And you remind yourself that you're breathing, whatever you stressing, and all of a sudden will feel like nothing. Because somebody yesterday that was alive is not breathing today. And when you think about it that way, I guarantee you try it. Whatever you are going through, if you just instantly think about I'm breathing and be thankful for just breathing, whatever negative thought that you have in your mind will vanish, because nothing is more important than breathing. We take that for granted every single day. the clean air that we breathe. You breathing. I'm breathing. I can't stress over this because I'm breathing right now. God, I thank you for just waking me up and letting me breathe. Because somebody didn't make it. It's a lot of people that didn't make it today to breathe. So, once again, man, I'm going to continue a little bit today. May add to this vlog later on. If not, if I don't, then I'll just post this and just be spending time with a little family. But I definitely, stay consistent. Be back on it tomorrow morning. And let y'all know how the rest of my day went today and how I'm feeling when I woke up tomorrow morning. But as of right now, man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better for those who want to know. I'm feeling better than I was yesterday. I'm better than I was the day before. It ain't perfect, but we getting better. All right. So I appreciate y'all. All of you guys out there, stay blessed. Like I said, love on your loved ones. Be grateful for what you have. Appreciate just breathing. All right. And I'll holler at y'all a little later. All right. Peace.